AITA for telling my son he can't stay with me when I found out why his wife kicked him out. My daughter-in-law is pregnant with my first grandchild. She is suffering from placenta previa. She is on bedrest. It would be dangerous for her to have sex. So my asshole son decided that he should cheat. She found out and kicked him out of the house. He came to stay with us because she was having crazy pregnancy hormones. Every time he called her they would fight. After a couple of days we told him to go see if she calmed down. Her mom is staying with them so we weren't worried about her. My wife called her to check in on her and found out the truth. I very upset. When he got home from work I told him he needed to get out of my house. He wasn't someone I wanted to associate with at the moment and it would be best if he wasn't near me. My wife tried to say that I was being too hard on him. That I should just give them a chance to work things out. I can't even look at him. I don't want such a stupid boy in my house. My wife and I are still fighting about it but I am willing to die on this hill. Nta never ta for such integrity. Your son most definitely is and, I suspect, his enabling mommy is as well. Kudos to you for doing the right thing. Nta you have respect for your daughter-in-law and strong morals of knowing right from wrong. Looks like your son never inherited them. I wish I had done a better job instilling them. I had placenta previa during my pregnancy. I was rushed into the hospital and not only put on bedrest, but given IV infusions to prevent any sort of cramping. I was not allowed to get out of bed more than 20 minutes per day. I was put into the room closest to the operating room as they said as soon as I started bleeding it was an instant emergency. I was in there for 4 weeks and the first 2 weeks were nerve-wracking as the risk of bleeding and subsequent early delivery was high and the baby would have been too immature to survive. After 4 weeks I was up for longer than advised and fought with my mother because my, then, husband couldn't solve an issue with her on his own and put it on me. That night I got cramps and bleeding and my son had to be delivered with emergency C-section. Why do I say this? Because your Dill is in a high-risk pregnancy right now, one that puts not only the baby, but her in a possible life-threatening situation. I live in a country with universal health care, so I was able to be under constant medical care, but in your case you have to look out for her. Every stress has to be avoided. She has to be able to relax and taken care for all of her daily needs. She literally can only get up to go to the bathroom and maybe a short walk outside per day. Fighting with someone can lead to miscarriage and until she reaches the hospital the blood loss can already be fatal. Please do not send your son over to sort things out right now or make him move back in now. They cannot sort anything out without putting 2 lives in danger. She will be upset when she sees him and that alone puts her in great risk. I know you're upset too and don't want to see your son right now. But for the sake of the Dill and baby you have to control him so that he doesn't call her again and doesn't visit. Can you make sure she has everything she needs, gets good food and her house cleaned? She needs to be your #1 concern right now. You need to ensure both survive the birth of your grandchild. Once this is done they can start mending their marriage. Your son has to understand that his wife is in immediate danger, and every stress and fighting can literally kill her. If he's got one unselfish bone inside him, he leaves her alone and supports her difficult pregnancy.